Shaquille O'Neal made $292 million playing in the NBA.
O'Neal runs the floor, takes it all the way!
That alone puts him in the top 1% of all professional athletes to ever touch a basketball. But here's the part no one talks about. Since retiring, he's made over $400 million. Not from sneakers, not from commercials, and definitely not from chasing the next crypto coin or meme stock. Shaq got richer by doing what most investors never even consider. He stopped working for money and started owning the systems that print it. Car washes, fitness chains, fast food franchises, real estate, private equity deals. Shaq didn't build an empire by flipping houses or picking stocks. He built it by owning boring businesses. Businesses that make money whether he shows up or not. And while the world was busy watching him dunk, miss free throws, and sell Icy Hot on TV, he was quietly stacking equity in recession-resistant, cash-flowing assets. The result? Shaq made more after basketball than he ever made on the court because he finally started playing the real game of wealth creation. And in this video, I'm pulling back the curtain on the exact strategies that Shaq used to build a 9-figure fortune after the fame. The stuff no one teaches you in school, the kind of investing financial advisors never talk about. And by the end of this video, you'll understand how Shaq did it, and more importantly, how you can do it too, without being a celebrity, without managing businesses, and without having millions to start. So let's get into it. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name is Danny Gould. I'm the CEO of Gould Capital, and over the last decade, I've overseen over $250 million worth of real estate transactions, as well as co-managed a $300 million hotel portfolio. And in that time, I've had the opportunity to interface with some of the wealthiest Americans in the country. And that's why I created this YouTube channel, so that I can share all their investing secrets with you. So let's dive into it. Now, when Shaq got drafted in 1992, he signed a $17 million rookie deal with the Orlando Magic.
The Orlando Magic selects Shaquille O'Neal from Louisiana State University.
And not long after, he signed with Reebok. And that deal alone put tens of millions of dollars in his bank account. And by the time Shaq retired, he'd earned over $292 million in NBA salary. But here's what makes Shaq different from most athletes, and frankly, from most people who come into fast money. Shaq didn't spend it all trying to look rich. He used that money to create generational wealth. While other athletes were chasing endorsement deals and blowing money on cars, jewelry, and entourages, Shaq was quietly building what would become one of the most diversified private portfolios in modern sports history. And he started early. Let's rewind the clock. In the early 2000s, well before his retirement, go Lakers, Shaq started buying car washes, fast food franchises, and gyms. Not because they were glamorous, but because they were reliable. I mean, after all, Shaq said it best, I want to own things that people always use. Food, fitness, fun. This strategy is simple, boring, and wildly effective. But just like you'd expect from one of basketball's most competitive athletes, he didn't just stop there. By 2005, Shaq had ownership in 40 24-hour fitness locations. He also bought into Annie Ann's, the soft pretzel franchise. He took equity in Five Guys, eventually owning 155 locations. He picked up Krispy Kreme stores. He joined the board of Papa John's and took a sizable equity stake in that company as well. Because Shaq seemingly knew something that most people miss. Ownership is the only way to turn income into lasting wealth. Now, I know what you're probably thinking. Okay, Danny, cool for Shaq, but I don't just have $100 million lying around to go scoop up 50 restaurants. And that's totally fair. It's pretty obvious that Shaq had advantages. He had access, he has capital, he had brand leverage in his name. But here's the part that does apply to you. Shaq didn't just buy businesses for the sake of buying businesses. He invested in proven systems. Proven businesses that already had demand, infrastructure, and recurring cash flow. He didn't start from scratch or invest into a friend's passion project, which happens a lot to guys like Shaq. He plugged into proven operating machines and took a slice of the equity. And that's a move that you can replicate without needing a celebrity bankroll. Because here's what most investors forget. Wealth doesn't come from flipping. It comes from ownership. Take Shaq's stakes in Papa John's, for example. He didn't jump in for some sort of get rich quick or make money fast scheme. He joined the board, he took real equity, and as the company expanded, his stake appreciated. Every pizza that you bought from Papa John's didn't just feed you, it also fed his net net worth. And that's the move that most investors miss. They chase liquidity, they chase exits, they chase what's hot, they chase the meme coin to the moon, but Shaq chased durability. This quote from Shaq right here stood out to me as I was preparing to make this video. He said, "I'm not looking to make money fast. I'm looking to make money forever."
I want to be something more than Shaq. The Shaq guy will fade away at some point in time, but Dr. Shaquille O'Neal will be around forever and ever.
That's the mindset. And it's exactly what separates the rich from the wealthy. Shaq didn't just buy businesses. He bought certainty. He wasn't interested in speculation. He didn't swing for the fences on high-risk startups. He bought into businesses that fulfilled fundamental human needs, as he said: food, fitness, fun. Things that don't stop when the economy slows down. If a recession hits, people are still going to eat. If their stress levels rise, people hit the gym. Families cut luxuries, not lunch. Now, this wasn't just by accident. He was being very strategic with the businesses that he invested into. Now, let me draw a parallel for you real quick. Real estate, especially in the commercial and the multifamily sector, is built on the same principle. People are always going to need a place to live, and businesses will always need a physical space to operate out of. Hospitals, logistics, mixed-use developments, these don't just go out of style, and that's why the ultra-wealthy allocate 40 to 50% of their portfolio to real estate. Not because it's sexy, but because it's stable, it cash flows, and it compounds. And if you've never heard of Shaq's next move, don't worry, because most people have never heard about it. Some of Shaq's biggest wealth-building plays never made the headlines because they weren't flashy, but they were strategic. Over the last couple of decades, Shaq has quietly been stacking equity through real estate syndications behind the scenes. The same model the wealthiest investors use to build passive income and long-term wealth has been used by Shaq to make hundreds of millions of dollars.
No, tell everyone.
Starting in the 2010s, Shaq began a partnership with Boray Development, a firm focused on high-impact urban development. And together, they built a 22-story luxury apartment tower in Newark, New Jersey, and then followed it up with several mixed-use and affordable housing projects across the region. It's worth noting that in Florida, Shaq also backed a program to purchase foreclosed homes and then resell those homes to working families at an affordable price. And I will say, it's pretty cool that he was able to combine his efforts for wealth creation and philanthropy into a community-building, affordable housing campaign. That's super cool of you, Shaq. Now, let me explain the model behind the majority of Shaq's real estate investments, because I know most of you are probably like, Danny, I don't have time to build a 22-story apartment building. Well, guess what? Neither does Shaq. Okay. Shaq wasn't personally visiting and analyzing every property. He wasn't managing contractors or negotiating zoning with the city. Shaq partnered with experienced operators like Boray and pooled capital with other investors and then earned returns without managing the day-to-day. Today, there are thousands of investors, doctors, founders, entrepreneurs, even busy W-2 earners who use the exact same strategy that Shaq used, not by running franchises or hiring operators, but by becoming limited partners in private deals that are already structured, already operating, and already cash flowing. Things like real estate syndications, fund-to-fund structures, and private equity funds. The same models that power Shaq's wealth engine are now accessible to accredited investors who understand one thing. You don't need to manage the asset, you just need to own the right piece of it. So no, you don't need to be Shaq, but you can invest like him. He bought into food, fitness, and fun. You can buy into whatever you want to. Same things, multifamily, hotels, private consumer brands. You can partner through limited partnership structures that align incentives and deliver returns. Ultimately, Shaq built a portfolio that pays him while he sleeps, and now you can too, because the real secret to building wealth here isn't that Shaq is a celebrity. It's the fact that he invested in cash flow, in equity, in ownership, in the things that never go out of style. And by the way, these aren't just Shaq's secrets. They're the investing secrets of the ultra wealthy. The strategies that never make the headlines because they're not designed for the masses. They're designed for those who want to own, build wealth quietly, predictably, and permanently. And now you've seen the playbook. If you want to learn more about how the top 0.1% actually invest, how they use limited partnership structures, private funds, and recession-resistant assets to grow wealth on autopilot, then make sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell while you're at it. Because guys, we're just getting started. Every week, I break down the exact frameworks, structures, and asset classes that are shaping modern wealth. Just real strategies. No fluff, no hype, just real strategies for real investors. This is Danny Gould, everyone, with Gould Capital. Hope you enjoyed learning more about Shaq's investing secrets, and I'll catch all of you in the next one.